In September 2014, Ivan Utrera, Alan and Desiree Wilson got together with then 15-year-old Bruno Carneiro and his father to come to a decision about the immediate future of young Bruno in the world of motorsports. At the end of that meeting, it was agreed that Bruno would finish his 11-year career in karting and move up to a Formula car, more specifically a 1999 180-horsepower Formula Mazda. They were all excited about the new decision. What was not clear was how easily a 15-year-old kid would transition from karts to cars. The daring move could backfire, some people said. And that's why we're looking back at 2015, year in review. The season started in March at Miller Motorsports Park, and under a monsoon, the young rookie drove with precision to claim his very first win on a race car. Bruno, who has never driven a stick shift before his Formula Mazda, adapted very quickly to the 5-speed H-pattern gearbox and got faster and faster as the year progressed.
I did a 38.0.
He was coached by Ian Lacey, team owner of Ian Lacey Racing. An incredible partnership was forming, one that will achieve great results by the end of the year. In one of the most exciting starts of the year, Bruno was lined up in 4th place behind 2 Pro Mazdas and next to a Formula 1000. Despite having a 50 horsepower disadvantage, he used the draft very well and engaged in an exciting drag race wheel-to-wheel with Terry Biner at 135 miles an hour. But Bruno's most important competitor was without a doubt Troy Duffin. Fast, precise, and clean, they share epic battles throughout the year. This one is from round 5. Troy took the win, and on the eyes of a 15-year-old, went from a racer to a mentor and friend. By the end of the season, Bruno Carneiro won 11 of the 15 races of the 2015 NASA Utah Pro Championship and became the champion in his rookie year. During the year, many things happened following his early performances in the Formula Mazda. He was invited by F2000 champions HP Tech to test one of their Van Diemen's at the Palm Beach International Raceway in July. Working closely with HP Tech, Jorge and Juan Herrera, Bruno drove an F2000 for the first time. By the end of the day, Bruno set lap times that will place him in the top 10 of the F2000 grid. And another nice thing, he turned 16. "450 horsepower, paddle shift." Bruno's first experience on a sports car was provided by Alan and Desiree Wilson, which allowed the young teenager the privilege to drive their Porsche Pirelli Cup Car. With the help of Desiree Wilson, Les Long, Timo Duncan, and Air Power, Bruno had 3 sessions in the car, setting incredible lap times. Pretend you are in the back seat and enjoy the ride.
In times?
No.
Racing Formula cars this year, winning the championship, and then lucky enough being invited to be a finalist for the Mazda MX5 Cup battery tender shootout. So.
All right, let's talk about that. What is that? You're going to South Carolina in November, correct?
Correct, yes. November 8th to the 10th.
And what are your chances?
I'm thinking positive, but, 1 out of 9, and I'm going to do the best I can and represent Utah and, hopefully put another future for me and make it work. So.
Now, before
Only 8 drivers in North America were selected to take part in the Mazda Road to 24 shootout, and Bruno Carneiro was one of them. Non-stop rain and very low temperatures greeted drivers and Mazda officials as they arrived at the Carolina Motorsports Park in Kershaw, South Carolina.
Just to give you a heads up on that, it's going to be probably going to shoot for, but you're going to make a straight line out.
So what do you find to be the most difficult part of the shootout itself?
Well, at the moment, I haven't been lucky enough yet to go out on the track, but we will shortly. So at the moment, I'd say probably the weather. It'll be my first time driving a sports car in the rain. I've driven.
That's right. You're from Utah, right? No rain out there.
No, not that much. Just twice this year with the Formula car, but nothing with the Mazda MX5, anything like the sports car. So we'll see. It should be good.
Great. Thanks for taking the time.
The beautiful and powerful Mazda MX5 cars were the only two available in the world. The shootout was won by a very talented racer, Glenn McGee. And for Bruno, he had a wonderful time, surrounded by his Mazda family.
UMC President Alan Wilson says Bruno will be a great ambassador for Utah.
It's going to help launch Bruno on the international scene.
In October, after clinching the NASA Utah Pro Racing Formula class, Bruno was confirmed as the driver to represent the Utah Motorsports campus in the season finale of the FIA Chinese Formula 4 Championship in Zhuhai, China. After a 22-hour trip, Bruno arrived in Zhuhai along with his father, his engineer Ian Lacey, and UMC's William Lee. They went straight from the airport to the track for sit fitting and to meet the UMC team. The young racer from Utah, who only 10 months earlier was driving a 21 horsepower junior kart, winning the championship in 2014, would have only a few sessions to learn the F4 car that he would try to qualify the next day, on the other side of the world. The new car, new engine, new tires, new track, and using a sequential gearbox for the first time did not intimidate Bruno, who topped the morning practices but ended up in 4th place on the grid on Saturday qualifying. The Chinese media and the public were wonderful to Bruno, and his interview with CCTV was viewed later that day by an estimated 800 million people.
You've got number 4 in the qualifying.
Yes.
Are you satisfied?
Yes, obviously it's good. We're on the second row of the grid, so we're up ahead. Very close field. I wish I could. I think I could have done more. I actually played it a little not too smart on the lap where the tires work the best. I stayed behind some cars and that didn't help me. But I think P4 is fine. It's my first race ever, so I'm actually thrilled with it. And yeah, it should be good for the race tomorrow. All bunched up together and close racing.
On Sunday, he will experience the first standing start of his career. And he was not as good as he hoped. He lost 2 positions and was trying very hard, actually a little too hard. After regaining 5th place, he was charging for 4th when his rear tire touched the grass and his race was over. The UMC crew, led by Ian Lacey and Mr. Yuan, worked for over 2 hours trying to get the MyGale Formula 4 ready for the main event. The packed grandstands and fans in the paddock were supporting the young American racer and his crew by cheering and saying positive words. With only a few minutes to the start of the race, the team aligned car number 20 on the grid, And from their teenage driver, they just wanted him to put his mind in one place, race as fast and hard as he did all weekend, and recover as many positions as he could. And that's exactly what he did. With live coverage from CCTV, Bruno kept moving up the field, as it's described by CCTV's commentator.
第一次、第二次，无数次的尝试之后，布鲁诺终于在第5圈完成了对前面吴若鹏的超越。
He drove better than ever. Not even some wheel-to-wheel battle very close to the wall at 145 miles an hour was able to hold him back.
可这次中国之旅注定对16岁的连续几次轮胎的抱死，让我们看到了他对胜利的渴望。留给他的时间越来越少，第8圈，布鲁诺终于在直道的末端，继吴若鹏之后，也超过了之前一直排在第2位的崔越。现在吴若鹏第2，布鲁诺终于进入到了前3。就在他想继续追赶的时候，12圈的比赛也进入到了尾声。
In the end, he crossed the finish line in 3rd place, only 0.2 of a second behind 2nd place Hugh Ru-Peng and Julio Acosta, who won the race. And that incredible partnership with Ian Lacey we talked before proved to be destined for success. And it all started on a cold September Sunday, when 3 wise people decided to bet on a new path for a young kart racer with very limited funding. We can say the transition went very well. The first steps are taken. We would love to invite you for the long race ahead. So buckle up, visor down, green light. In 2016, Bruno will be moving up to a 260 horsepower Pro Mazda and will be racing the Formula Car Challenge Series presented by Goodyear. The series consists of 7 weekends with 14 races. The season opens in March at the prestigious and challenging Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. After that, teams and drivers head north for 2 rounds in April and May at the Thunderhill Raceway Park. In June, the renowned Sonoma Raceway will stage round 4, followed by Portland International Raceway in July. In September, the series returned to Sonoma Raceway as the opening race for the GoPro Grand Prix with IndyCar. The season finale will be at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Throughout the year, Bruno will still be taking part in some events at his home track, UMC, in Tooele. As for now, Bruno is in a serious regimen of exercises with physical trainer J.R. Smith in preparation for the long racing season ahead on a heavier and more powerful car and increased G-forces. At the Ian Lacey Racing Garages at UMC, Ian Lacey and Bruno are putting the final touches on the beautiful black, gold and red Rhodesia Grill Racing Challenger. Stay tuned, there's a lot more to come.